back insofar as what is it that the police are doing. And we want to commend the team that is led by our provincial commissioner, Umama Manamela, for such a swift intervention that they have done. They've not been sleeping ever since end of April, trying to solicit ways and means of getting this child. And we are so grateful. I know I was with them all the step of the way. I know how many sleepless nights that they have spent within these 21 days. Now, if I were to think back and reflect, probably they had about less than 7 days of sleeping. They were always in a serious quest to find the child. And fortunately, yes, the child has been found. The unfortunate part is she is no more. Now, we are equally saddened by what is happening within our community. The child has been murdered by a neighbor and a boyfriend. Both of them, the perpetrators, are neighbors to these families. They are just next door neighbors. The child used to go and play with their 10-year-old. In fact, I stand here defeated today to know and to say to you that the mastermind behind the killing of this child is a woman. A person who's expected to care, nourish these children is the one who orchestrated this gruesome murder against a child who happened to be her neighbor, against a child who happened to play with her 10-year-old daughter. Now you ask yourself, if indeed she could do that, what was she feeling at the time? Within these 21 days, waking up every morning, going to bed, looking at this family just next door her, and pretending as if everything is normal. She didn't even have a decency, that sense of saying that maybe I must go and confess and tell them the truth so that they too can bring closure. She's part and parcel of going out with them in a quest to try and find them. And this is not the first murder that they are committing within the street. They have confessed to other 4 children that are murdered the very same street. Amongst the 4 children, other 4 children, this one is the 5th child. Now 2 of them are her sisters. 2 of them are her sisters. Now you ask yourself, what kind of a woman is this one? Why would she go extra mile to please Izangoma by killing innocent souls within our community? And we want to equally thank PC, your team, and commend them for the good work that they have done. They've done tremendously well so that we find closure to this story of this child. Now the first suspect was apprehended at Dwaleni. He was running all over, as we have said it. We've been trying to track him all the way, and finally we got hold of him at Dwaleni. He then confessed to all the sequence of events, who else is involved, who did what and who did what. Now when we apprehended the second suspect and the third suspect, who went to the scene to cut the body parts of the child's head was just left with an empty skull. It was just a shell. Everything else, your eyes, be it the eyes, ears, the tongue, everything has been taken off the child. The child has been raped before she was murdered. A 6-year-old being raped by a 40-year-old man, being instructed by a woman who happened to be a neighbor, who happens to see this child on daily basis, more than the time spent with her own family, but she used to go and play at her yard with her own child. She would see them most of the time in her yard, yet she decided that I must bring her life to end. So that's how we got to know who are the other people that have been arrested. The 3 for now are kept in custody. They will be appearing in court in due course. And I must indicate that there are 2 other suspects which police are still interrogating that are linked to this whole thing. One of them is a Sangoma who's using these parts. So investigation will be finalized probably by this afternoon or tomorrow in that regard. But everybody else has been held. For now, we can only confirm these 3, and the other 2 will be confirmed in due course. So that is where we are with this case. And on the same note, we want to thank the community of Masoyi for being active participants in trying to assist the family to bring closure to the loss of their loved one. And we are very much grateful, and we always emphasize that if we work together with our police as communities, we can defeat these criminal activities that are happening within our community. That has been seen around this area, because through their intervention, through the information that they were sharing, we were able to trace and track the leads of where the suspect could possibly be. And successfully so, we managed to apprehend them. So we are very much grateful, and we want to thank you as media people for walking this journey with us, making sure that you bring awareness within our communities that this has happened and this is where things are. So that conscientizes the community so that they are better positioned and they know what is happening. And if there's information, they will come forth and share that information with our police. And we are saying that if we stand together and fight these criminal elements within our communities, there is a lot that we can do. We need to go back and rightfully claim our safe environment where people and our children can play freely without any fear of loss of their life. Where, as a mother, I can feel free that I can ask my child to go to a tech shop or to a shop and buy bread and still come back safe. You know, that is a society that we must all fight to build. These criminal elements must come to an end. And we can only defeat that, as we did here in Masoyi, by standing together and fight the criminals with everything that we have. Of course, without taking the law unto our hands. How we are managing these criminal activities within the communities, we're doing it correctly within the ambit of the law. No one's house has been burned. No one has been injured up to this far. But we trusted police that they will do the right thing. And accordingly, they did exactly what was expected of them by our communities. And therefore, we cannot say today we are not happy, we are not satisfied in the manner in which they did their work. So it's always good to know that where there is a woman, there's always hope. Today we've got hope because the policewoman who's in charge is a woman, she's a mother. She understands the pain of bearing a child. That is why they made sure the general who was behind the investigation, she's also a woman who understands the pain of bearing a child. And they took it upon themselves. You know, they took up their position as policemen and women and said, we are mothers as well. We've got the responsibility to bring justice within our community. This injustice towards our children must come to an end. And we thank all men who are sensible enough, who understand, who values life and understand what life is, that they joined hands together with us in making sure that we find this child. Thank you very much.